Hello and welcome back to the Weird and Proud podcast. It's Sam. Oh shit, I forgot. I fucked it up. I got too into it and then I forgot how
Take
it goes.
two.
Let me try again.
Quiet on the set.
Welcome back to the Weird and Proud podcast. It's Sam and
James.
okay.
I couldn't remember if I had anything new to do.
No, you say the same.
Mine's
But
the same.
okay, I felt better about that second round. It's we'll get the hang of it. Hi everyone. Welcome back. Hope you had a great week. Hope the summer's being kind to you. I can't believe it's almost towards the end of July. It's crazy. But we have a great show for you today. We got some weird news stories, some real weird shit. We got some great weird secrets, some ones that are troubling, and then we also have some other we also have one that's a good question that they want more information on. So with that being said, James,
Sounds
how
like
are
a great show. I'm good. I'm excited
Sounds
for
like
the
a
show.
great show.
I'm excited to hear how it turns out.
Oh my god. Well, what's going on in your world? What's new? What's up?
I mean, there was a groundbreaking discovery this week.
What? Oh god.
So,
I'm scared.
I don't know if you guys all make sure that you have recently downloaded and updated
Oh
the
god.
newest Netflix app to your
Okay.
smart TV,
Yeah.
because I don't know if everyone knows about this feature.
Oh god.
But the add it to your watch list feature, which must be new,
James, that's
because we
literally
haven't been
been
using
around
it.
since like
There's
the
no
beginning of
sarcasm
time.
in this. This is
He found out how to do watch lists. James is
we can
actually
make a
95 years
list.
old.
Did you know you can make lists on your Netflix? If you don't, you need to start doing this.
Oh my god.
And it worked out bananas yesterday.
Bananas.
Because
Literal bananas.
it's one of those where we wanted to watch a movie. We were in kind of a spooky movie mood.
Yeah, spooky movie mode.
And I went through, put a few on the updated version of Netflix's app,
No,
the watch
it
list.
wasn't.
It's very much the
not
updated version. Has to be.
Oh,
I must have
it's been
updated it
literally
without.
around for
I must
10
have
years.
updated it without knowing.
Exactly.
And
for sure.
that it worked out great.
Yeah, we by the way, I know it's not really like a weird TV show, but we did watch a good spooky movie, Intrusion. It's from 2021, but I'd never seen it before, but it was a great little spooky thriller, a classic intrusion, good twists and turns and ups
We won't
and
give
downs.
too much away.
We won't, but it's a good little.
We did guess it pretty early.
Yeah,
but it was
a
still
little
good.
predictable, but it was still very good. But I like to say that I am honestly like so good at predicting endings.
You are very good at predicting
I
endings.
know, and I'm one of those really annoying people that like in the beginning, I'm like, this is how it's going to end. Like I already know.
Oh,
and,
I'm
like,
talking
I need to.
We're talking during
Yeah,
movies.
I know, but James is good at that too. He also is like, here's what I think. And we'll like pause it every like 10, 15 minutes, be like, okay, what do you think?
And you've come around. I'm going to take a little credit. You've come around on that. You used to not.
Yeah, because now I've just like, it's like, if you can't beat him, join him. James used to never shut up.
Nope. Not
during a movie, and now I'm just like, all right, I just learned to pause.
Yeah, you got to pause. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I will. The point of watching a movie is having a discussion about it.
Right. Yeah. No, it is.
It adds to the experience.
I've just given into it because you again cannot.
Nope.
Shut up.
Wasn't gonna.
Which, yeah, that movie was really good. I was trying to think. There was no other like really weird shows that I've watched this week. Other than, and I meant to put this on my Instagram stories if anyone has watched the new Real Housewives of New York. That was the only thing, but I know this is not really Housewives of New York is not really a like a weird. I mean, it is technically, but
I find it weird.
Yeah, James finds it weird. I watched that without him.
I actually sit on the couch, but I do fantasy mock drafts.
Yeah, he just oh my god. Literally, I don't know if there's any other. Please, if there are other women out there whose their partner will not stop doing mock drafts. So obviously like the fake football thing, the fantasy football where you're the coach of your pretend team.
It's a fake draft.
It's
so
fake,
great. There's nothing wrong with it.
It is.
Two wrongs make a right. Two fakes make it real.
He just like does these fake. He's like, I'm practicing how to do the draft
You
when it
have to know how to
comes.
draft from every
How many
position
do
on
you
the
think you've
board.
done over now?
Easily 50.
Yeah, 50.
They don't take long.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, easy.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, James, also, you know what else is very exciting that I'm really excited about?
What?
We got a cooling pad for our mattress.
Really epic week. I'm so glad you guys tuned in
Really big
today
things are
because
happening.
you guys, if you're not at home rolling and just like
You're like,
inundated by
wow,
this
this is
story,
crazy. Well, honestly, the amount of sweat that I've been doing, like that's not new. It's like me talking about the amount of sweat, and both of us too, especially at night, like the amount of sweat
yeah,
in that bed.
we should really be washing those sheets
So,
out. We should be getting up during the night, washing the sheets through and
it's so
changing them.
bad. Even we have the air conditioner. It's just we're just sweaty, two sweaty guys sweating it out together.
Yep.
So that's really exciting. But now that we've caught up, James, is it cool if I tell you some of the weirdest stories going on this week?
I hope you do.
I hope I do too. Okay, so this one really got me thinking, okay? And the first weird story that I have is here's the title. I'm a toe wrestling world champion
I challenge you.
and I had to remove my toenails to compete.
I will do. I'm in. How do I do this?
We should do what is it? A toe wrestling
I got big toes.
competition.
I would crush you. We're in
I know
different
your
toe
feet
weight
are
classes.
disgusting and you never ever trim your toenails
Occasion for special occasions.
for special occasions. They get so long. It's like a Wolverine.
I have to be ready for any situation. What if a
If you need a
Wolverine
guy-
came in the house? And what if I had to fight a werewolf?
attack on all fours. An
I'm
emu.
ready. I'm prepared.
Yeah, you're basically go head to head with an emu.
I learned from
Okay, you ready to hear about your competition? About your toe wrestling biggest competitor?
let's do this.
Okay. So this is a New York Post. This is from July 17th. The opening sentence is this little piggy went to war. So this UK worker, he's a railway worker. He has feet of strength and he was crowned recently the world champion of toe wrestling. And yes, toe wrestling is a thing. He says he feels like an Olympian. He's won a gold medal and his name is Ben Woodruff, but he's known as Toenail Destruction. He's a 20-year veteran of the sport and he went up against
Thank you for your service.
yes,
He's
truly, Alan Nasty Nash, who's held the title for 17 years. And apparently this has been going on since 1974. It's a ferocious game of footsie. The competitors have to interlock their toes to pin the competitor's foot during sometimes 2-hour matches. Wait, hold on. I pressed a button. Sorry. It's like arm wrestling, except you compete on the toe diem. And there's a referee, and you push the toes away, starts, and it's a lot harder than you think because you use, he says, a lot of different muscles that you're not used to working. So he literally he works out his feet, and it was just a pastime that now has turned in. Now he's a full blown like world champion. What do you think, James?
I have a question about
What?
this.
Yeah.
Would this not be like one of the largest OnlyFans pages if they only
like
broadcast
feet fetish
this
people or
if
like
they put this on OnlyFans, like
or
I would afraid that if someone who has not against it, it's fine. Some people have foot fetishes.
Yeah.
I think their head would explode.
I think their head would
be
literally
a lot.
explode.
Yeah. Because
And like
those are some dynamic feet.
those are some dynamic feet. So, but we're not even hold on. I was like, I need to get to this part where he's removed his body hair to increase the amount of friction, to help not increase the amount of friction.
So decrease versus not increase.
Not increase.
We'll keep it with not increase.
And he surgically removed his toenails because they were like pushing into his skin when he was toe wrestling with the others. So in
Uh,
order to be competitive, he removed his own toenails
well, surgically, he had somebody else do that.
surgically. But like he made the decision. Like there was nothing wrong with them.
There
Like
was a
this is what I
choice.
meant.
He's like,
He made the choice.
I'm going to give up my toenails for this.
So yeah, I mean, first of all, I didn't even know that this was a thing. But he says he's not very athletic, so he's just surprised how far he's
Sounds like a
gotten.
champion to me.
Sounds like a champ. Do you want to toe wrestle?
Yeah.
I need to
I
see
need to
what the
know more
exact
about
thing,
this.
because
Yeah.
it's like hard to think. And yeah, like it must be like that's kind of challenging.
There's a
Like my
lot of,
toes are cramping just thinking about it.
I mean, because we wear shoes all the time,
Yeah.
our feet don't get that. Like, it's like
Yeah, your
anything. When you have
toes don't get that
if you
much
break your arm and you
work.
have a cast on your arm, some muscle goes away, right? If
Yeah.
you've got your feet on all the time, your individual toes don't get to do what they were kind of meant to do. And you do.
Right.
It's tough. Like people, we should as humans be able to like can you just lift your big toe up off the ground? Like if your feet were flat on the ground,
Yeah.
can you pick up just your big toe?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
That's
why.
something we should be able to do. And I can't do it anymore. There was a time when I could do
What?
it. Yeah, you should be able to just
No.
you can so pick up your index finger.
Right, of
And
course.
we should be able
My
to do it with our
brain,
feet.
it's like not even firing. It's like my brain like won't
It
even
won't
move it.
exactly. Those
But
nerves
how do
kind
you
of get
get
shut down because the feet are so used to moving
Wow,
together.
that's so insane.
So
You guys,
that's the
if
level of
you're in a
training.
safe place,
Try
put
that.
your bare foot on the ground and try to raise just
Just
your
your
big
big toe.
toe. That's crazy. There are people who can do that. I mean, hope
Absolutely.
this guy.
It's got I will train. I will train for this. By next week, I'll be picking up just my big toe.
We gotta like look up the exercises.
Oh, I already follow some people that do that stuff.
Do
So
you really?
absolutely. That's why I go barefoot all the time.
You know what? I know I have been like
I go barefoot. You see me. I go
I
barefoot outside
know.
all the time.
I have been thinking about doing that more. Like my brother who's a big worker outer, he tells, me, I know he's, you know this too, but he is always working out bare feet and he's like always talking about how bad shoes are for your feet.
And they're a necessity in some ways.
Of course.
And he
Yeah, but
has one.
like
He's got great taste in shoes.
yeah.
But that's why I'm so picky about my
Oh
shoes.
my
I
god,
get the
I'm
super
really
wide
like
ones.
honestly mind
Your
blown
brain
that I
but
cannot pick up my big toe.
it'll mess with your mind. But yeah,
It's like it literally
you can't
I
picture it.
don't have nerve endings in my big toe
You've
to
got
like
to. It's
make
more
my
that your
brain.
brain isn't connected to do that. So you got to. The nervous system just is controlled by the brain. So you just have to teach it.
Wow. That hurts my brain just thinking about it. Yeah, well, that is crazy. And yeah, stay tuned, you guys. We'll keep you posted on our toe
And if
wrestling
you're not
journey.
going to be back for this content, oh, you're missing out.
You're missing if that's not a teaser. Also, this was a second runner up. I just thought this was interesting and like the weirdest thing. And I just feel like this is not something you hear every day either. But this woman, she had weight loss surgery and had skin removed, and she brought it home with her skin, and turned it into human leather and made a little fanny pack out of it, out of her own skin. And she says that she's been an artist and she knows how to do leather making. And instead of just throwing it away, she decided to turn her real body into art. And now she has her own like little leather fanny pack that is her own skin. What do you think about that, James?
There's parts of me where you know how I
There
can
are
be about
parts of
not
you.
wasting things. I
Mm-hmm. Get
enjoy
right.
the idea of that.
Yeah.
This has tested my thought on wasting things.
Do you know how to make leather?
I could figure it out.
Like, what would you guess?
So if we're gonna say you have like cow skin
Yeah.
or deer skin,
Yeah.
which I've had, you dry it, right?
Yeah.
So we've had when I hunted deer pelts,
Yeah.
right? You hang them up, you dry them,
Yeah.
and then what you do need to do is heat them, right? You need to get all the moisture and fat.
Yeah.
You got to once they dry, you got to scrape them down. You got to get all the hair off, all the little fat off, all the little particles off,
Yeah.
right? and then you have to dry the leather off. And then, just like keeping leather good, you'd have to put an oil or you have to keep
Cure
it
it.
moisture in some way. Yep.
So she said, which this is why I was like, oh, that's different. I didn't. She put it in saline, in a saline solution.
Okay.
I don't know if that was just part of it. It doesn't really say.
I can see that. Probably that's probably a step I missed, right?
Yeah. That was like the first
Think
step, and
about
then she,
science like osmosis and principles of diffusion,
yeah,
where if you have salt water in one cup and regular water in another cup and you mix the two together, the salt disperses
yeah,
between the two.
yeah. It is so interesting, and yeah, they dry it and stretch it out, and now she can wear her own skin. That is so fucking bizarre. But you know what? It's like whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. If people can do that, why not? Doesn't hurt anyone. Just thought that was
So
kind of weird. What?
I would like to talk to her and ask her, how do conversations go when people ask where you got your fanny pack?
Right. Right. She says it's my,
Like if she was an artist
it's my
and it
stomach.
being a natural leather thing, people aren't going to be able to tell it's human skin. It's going to
Right.
look like leather.
Well, it looks kind of like
Does it
human
really? Oh,
skin.
it
Do you want
does.
to see?
I didn't. Yeah, you didn't show.
I know. I know it's.
That's the fanny pack?
Wait, that might be the hold
There's no
on.
way that's the fanny pack.
That was, I think that might have been like the skin itself. If you guys look this up, it's a New York Post. It literally just came out this week.
I would really want to know how she answers that. Oh, yeah, that's okay. So never mind.
Yeah.
That's
And
terrifying.
it's probably hard to say. Yeah, isn't that
Imagine seeing that person and being like,
She
I would
just
be
wears
so
it
worried that's
around.
a serial killer.
Right. Well, that's
Again,
what, she
we
jokes
went,
like everyone thinks I'm a serial killer. But
yes, they would. And
yes,
guess
they
what? They
would.
should think you are.
Yes.
That's your own fault.
And she says that one of the reasons she wanted to keep it was because she had her C-section scar. So it reminds her of her child.
And there's wonderful things that you can have for your own personal need. But if you go out in public with these things,
Yeah.
be prepared to be judged. And it's rightfully so for society to look at that. Like, that'd be like if I was wearing a fur coat and
Yeah.
someone's like, oh, are you a hunter? You must not be. Nope. I'm totally against fur and I'm not a hunter. No.
Yep.
If you're wearing a human skin thing, I am going to think, and I'm not a judgmental person.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging, but I will. Yeah, it's kind of judging.
It is like a
I will
little,
think you're a serial killer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little serial killer. But anyways, that's what you missed in the news. Some great, little conversation pieces, something to think about. Really get your head turning. And look up the toe exercises and see if you want to compete against me and
Well,
James.
we discussed some of the past serial killer stories out there on a previous episode, if you remember. Because the guy, so
Yes.
Silence of the Lambs,
Yep.
right? That was based on an actual serial killer from Wisconsin back
Yep.
in the, I'm going to get the years wrong, 40s and 50s. His name was Ed Gein. And so Ed Gein actually he was a hunter and he actually did make leather out of human skin
Right.
and made like lampshades and they don't have no idea because this was back, like I said, 40s, 50s, maybe 60s when he got caught.
Yeah.
And I think it was even early, like some of it earlier than that. But they have who knows how many people he killed that he had skin like pelts around his.
Yeah, it's almost like always, she did it to herself, but like, dissecting animals or dissecting things and
Dissecting humans, taking their skin.
taking your own skin is right. Anyways, crazy stuff. But before we get into the weird secret voicemails, couple updates. I am going to be in San Antonio next weekend, which is the 29th. That's Saturday, July 29th. I will be at the San Antonio Zoo because I'm an animal. And I'm doing a little bit of a meet and greet day, hang out at the zoo, come meet me. We have a couple different times set up, like morning, afternoon, and later in the afternoon. I'll pretty much be there all day. I think from like 10 a.m. to like literally 4 or 5 p.m. So, and they're also going to do some taco eating competitions that I'm going to be emceeing and hosting. And if I can't remember if I talked about this, I probably mentioned this before, but basically the San Antonio Zoo is doing this whole Guinness themed summer. So they have like all these different, you know, events throughout the summer set up for either like different world record holders to come visit, or they're doing, you know, like there's some awards that they're trying to win themselves too at the zoo, just because they have such a breadth of animals. And you know, there are a couple that they were going to submit, like they have this bat, I think there was something like they were trying to win like most bats released at a time, I don't know, something, not them, the zoo themselves, but somewhere in Texas there's like most bats released at a certain amount of time.
Was that the one in Austin?
There's a bunch of bat
But there's a lot
caves
of
in
bat caves in Texas.
Texas,
That makes sense.
and like some of the craziest bat populations
Are in Texas.
yeah, in the US at least. So it's gonna be really fun, and there's no separate tickets. So if you are coming, you just basically you can buy tickets the day of the event. So you can just come buy a standard ticket. You don't have to buy anything else in advance, or anything specific for the meets and greets or the events. But just make sure you buy it for Saturday. If you're going to buy the tickets in advance, just buy it for Saturday the 29th. And I'll see you there if you're in the area. I can't wait. We're going to apparently also San Antonio is like one of the best zoos in the country. Like it's supposed to be have I mean some animals that like you just can't get around here because they either need certain weather conditions. That's why they have like hippos and shit that like I don't think they can really keep in the New York area.
No, probably.
You know, just
I
because they
wouldn't know.
require a certain, you know, weather aspect that we just don't have in the Northeast. So I'm really excited. And what else? Toronto too. So I did find out that I am going to be in Toronto, Canada on it's the Friday, August 11th. I'm doing the 7 o'clock and the 9 o'clock show again on August 11th. If you go to comedynuggets.com, or if you go to the Danforth, excuse me, Danforth Comedy Festival.com, you will see tickets available then. So we're excited. We're gonna do a little road trip up to Toronto.
Woo!
And never been to Toronto, so it'll be a fun little trip doing the whole Niagara Falls and
Yeah, eh?
and go. I've never even like been in that area of like upstate New York. So if you're in the area, send us some of your recommendations, or Toronto. We got any good food? Anything else that we should do while we're there?
Buffalo wings.
Buffalo wings. Was that really from Buffalo, New York?
1,000,000%.
Really?
Absolutely.
What? Why do they? Why? What was the deal?
Great story.
Oh,
So
here we go. Okay.
there.
Keep it under.
No, you caught me. I actually should know the name of the bar, but the story goes, the owners. So his family owned the bar. Him and his friends were out drinking in Buffalo.
Yep.
And they came back to the bar, and their mom was in the back. I believe she was Greek. I even heard that part of the story. And she was in back. They came back. They were hungry, and nobody ever used chicken wings for anything. Like it was stew meat.
Yeah.
You used chicken wings to make chicken stock, and used it for all these other things. She took some chicken wings. She threw them in the fryer. They had this wonderful hot sauce that they used. She put cayenne sauce on it.
Yeah.
They brought blue cheese and celery, and that was the traditional way to serve it. So whenever you get ranch with buffalo wings, that's on you. It was served with blue cheese originally.
Bluetooth.
And boom, that's where buffalo wings. That's a story how buffalo wings came about.
Interesting.
And I know in the back of my mind I know the bar, so I will shout it during the episode if it comes up.
Yeah, I feel like I did know that, but like it's just random.
Yep.
So random. All right, James, are you ready for some great secrets that we got going on
Love the secrets.
today? Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's the question one.
So I have been dying to hear more about you and James' origin story. I could be completely mistaken, but I believe you had said at some point on your podcast that you two met at a Tony Robbins conference. And I just think that there is so much to unpack here. I think you should explain who Tony Robbins is for the class in case anyone doesn't know who he is, but I want to hear about both of your Tony Robbins origin stories. How did you both get into it? Was it your first conference where you met, or had you been to prior ones? Did you find his guidance and advice helpful? Do you still follow any of his tips? And I want to know if you two have seen the documentary about him. Do either of you own a mini trampoline rebounder, and how often do you use it? Please give us all the details. Thanks. You guys are awesome.
I know we've told variations of this before, but
Should we just answer?
we get this so often that And I was gonna say, you go first. So you tell your origin
all her
story.
questions about Tony.
Well,
you want me to tell my Tony origin story?
Like how did you get there?
So I knew of Tony Robbins for a really long time, and not just the celebrity side, but his book like Awaken a Giant Within, right? And it was the psychology side I enjoyed, right? Very much his original teachings were based on the nervous system and using pattern interrupts to change your nervous system and behavior, right? I thought that was so intriguing. He was on TV a number of times on like talk shows that people would think are cheesy, but he was extremely good at what he did, and he had a lot of people that were naysayers. And that's funny that we say everyone says motivational speaker. He doesn't even consider himself that. In the documentary that she's talking about, right, is about one of his multiple events.
What do you think
he
calls himself?
He calls himself the why guy. He wants to he doesn't want to motivate you. He wants to give you systems to help overcome that thing that you need to do. So that's what he is.
So he's a motivational speaker.
He calls himself the why guy.
Got it.
Yep. And
so how did you get to the conference? And we met at a Tony Robbins conference in Newark. Where was it? No. Secaucus, New Jersey in November of 2013. James was living in Wisconsin at the time. I was living in Maine. How did you get there?
I had been working in the fitness industry for a while, and I had just gotten out of that. And my old boss, who actually worked with Tony Robbins, like volunteered and did like security at his events. Like he was very much wrapped into the Tony Robbins world, and he helped me to get some tickets for that. And so, because he was always talking about it, always talking about going to events. He knew I knew of him and enjoyed a lot of what he talked about. And so I just finally decided to pull the trigger and go to an event.
Yeah.
And that's,
But why New York? Myself. It was just the ones that you got.
Was the one. It was he only does like 3 or 4 events a year. And I think we had missed the Chicago one.
Got it.
Which of course would have been much closer for me. But he really only does like of that for it's Unleash the Power Within, and you can't do his other events till you do Unleash the Power Within. He's such a smart businessman. But it makes sense. You do need to have some of those things before you go to his next stuff.
Yep.
So I think the Chicago one had already gone on, and it was like perfect timing. It was like a slow time in the fall, and because it was obviously I know it was November when we met, and I'm trying to remember what exactly that was a while ago, so I don't remember exactly what was going on.
Yeah, but you were James owned some gyms in Wisconsin.
I had a business partner, and we had a couple like not full big gyms by any means here. Is door small personal training centers. You got to go to one of them, right? Yep. So like we were doing personal training and small
a boss
group
of
training.
A lot of people. Like you had a lot of people under you.
Employees, had some employees. We had me and another guy had a little side catering company.
Yep.
So we had a couple things going at the time. But going to see Tony was also, the business side and everything else that he does. And
he does a lot of business stuff.
Yeah.
I got there. So the only way I knew Tony Robbins was from Shallow Hal, when they're in the elevator and he puts, what's his face? Jack Black under, like, he hypnotizes him because he's, the motivational, the guru guy. And I just remember the huge hands. He has like the horse mouth. Huge. This guy's huge. And, he knows him. Jack Black knows Tony Robbins is like this motivational guy. And he's like, help me out. So that was how I knew him. And my mom and my uncle really wanted to go. Like my mom is really, really into that kind of stuff, self-help stuff, loves like she's always reading self-help books. So was my uncle. And both my mom and my uncle really wanted to go. And this was right around my birthday and around my mom's birthday. And she was like, I will pay for you to come with us. You know, I'll pay for everything if you want to come. And these are really expensive. Like these conferences normally thousands of dollars. I mean, probably like in today's time,
but way more.
it would
More
be
than
like
yeah.
5K, maybe even more, probably.
I think because he actually went. Well, now
Now he's even more.
UPW is way cheaper, but it's mostly only online.
Oh, that makes sense.
He does it way less. He can get to way, way, way more
Yeah,
people
so
with
much
just
less
one
overhead.
event. Yep.
Yeah, he and these are weekends long. So you get there on a Thursday and you're there till Sunday. So it's like, you know, all day long. Conferences, you know, the meeting or whatever, the events start at like 7 in the morning and
Oh, yeah.
goes till like midnight. Like you are there all day. And so I was like, you know, it is funny. Like I even was like, I don't know if I want to go to this. Like, do I want to spend a full weekend, like time off from work? But I was like, all right, well, you know, a lot of people would spend a lot of money, you know, and there were some people I worked with that were like, oh my God, that's so cool. I've always wanted to go. And I was kind of, you know, like always loved the, you know, what was the Secrets book and stuff. So I was like, you know, I feel like this would be good for me to go to this. And so I ended up going with my mom and my uncle, and James and I met, the infamous story that we were waiting in line to get in the first day that we got there. And again, these conferences are maybe like 2,000 people. What would you say? Maybe
No,
more?
5,000-6,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 5,000-6,000 people. These are massive conferences at the Secaucus Meadowlands Convention Center. Like it's huge. And James is in line behind us waiting to get in out of all the people. And we just ended up chatting. You were chatting with my uncle.
Talk to your Uncle Bob. He's a chiropractor.
And they were talking about, well, you know, whatever they talk about. And we ended up saying hi, got to meet.
We were talking about the nervous system.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And then we ended up sitting almost
By each other
next
almost
to
the
each
whole
other.
time.
Yeah, like James was like maybe like a row. I think you were right, the row right ahead of us, right?
I always got there super early.
Yeah. James is, yeah, of course, first in line, front row. And so we, you know, again, these are all day long. So we would see each
and
other
it
all
wasn't
the time.
assigned seats. It
Yeah.
wasn't assigned. Like you would get
You
there.
got an area. You were in a specific area.
We did have his designated area. So we were in kind of a more front row type area.
Yeah. Yeah. So we just saw each other all the time, and he would bring snacks, and it was like you just didn't have time for breaks to go get food or anything. So like, of course, James was smart and brought a bunch of food.
I would get up early, and I had a hotel, and I could walk, and I would go to the gym on the way there, and then I would walk. There was a Walmart right down the road that had the full Walmart grocery store, and I had a little cooler with me, and so I'd go get something for the cooler every day. So I had food every day.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a thinker. So basically the entire weekend goes by, and on the last day, of course, James asked for my number. No, you asked for my wait, you did ask for my number.
Yeah, I asked for your number last day. Yep.
And we chatted. But yeah, the rest is history. I know we've told the rest of the part of the story before, but we did long distance for a while until he finally came out. You know, I think you came to visit 6 months later.
Yes.
So yeah, and then the rest is history. But the other question too she was asking is just like, what do we think of the conference itself?
I loved it.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I still have I would be fun to go back and read those. I still have notes.
I know.
From
I
it
would
downstairs.
love to actually pull up the notebook. They give you a big notebook that you're filling out too. And what I thought was so interesting, what I always remember is like almost like the first 2 days were like really into the psychology of things.
It's the part I love.
And then the last 2 days were around like health, like physical health.
The day 4 was the physical. Day 4 was physical health, and a lot of people kind of left for that, which I thought was that's on them. But day 3 was the big day. Day 3 was like you took all the practice from what you did the first 2 days, and that's where they really wanted you to dive deep into yourself, approach whatever words you want to use, approach your trauma, or approach the things that are holding you back, or approach those hurdles that you need to get over, and do actual work for it. That's the difference between this conference. You're not just sitting there learning.
Yeah,
They
he
have you
actually puts you together
physically
a
doing
plan,
things all
write
the
out a
time.
plan.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
It's
writing.
action
You're constantly
steps.
taking breaks to like write. He's like, okay, fill this out. Talk with the person next to
Break
you.
off
We're
in small
constantly,
groups,
breaking
right?
off into groups to talk through the
Be in a different group
exercises.
than you were the last time, right? It is.
Yeah. And of course, he did pick some people out randomly. I think that was more like the first day.
He does a lot of that. He usually does like little mini interventions where he uses his expertise, because he's done this for so long. He's heard all of it.
Yeah, he knows what's coming. And it was really cool. Like, I remember it was really powerful. There were a lot of things that even to this day that I still think of. I know we talk about certain things, like, he's like, remember what Tony said about the human, what's the certainty, uncertainty, what are
boy,
those? We don't have to get too into that, but what's the name of it?
So it's Tony's, him and his partner, their model of behavior, and it's the 6 human needs.
6 human needs. So there's a lot of really good stuff. Even like, I remember I still take like a lot of, he had this like 3-hour talk, or maybe it wasn't that long, but it felt like that, just on water.
Yep.
And like really driving home just how important water is. And he had all these, different case studies, and it was a lot of information. He, the amount of energy this guy had, like, it was amazing how long he could go with that high of energy. And there would be little breaks for dance parties, like to keep your energy up every like what hour,
even
less than that,
an hour, something like
about
that.
every hour they bring out a dance team, and they would pump in music to jump and like get your energy up. And
they used a lot of their own little psychology, that we call it biohacking today, but this stuff's been around for a long time. And look, she asked how was it. I couldn't recommend it more for somebody. But don't go thinking it solves a problem. It gives you tools to do other stuff.
Be healed once you're done.
Yeah,
it's more tools. And I gotta pull up my note. I would love to go through that. I have no idea where it is.
I went through it like 4 or 5 years ago. I know where mine is downstairs.
These are like thick binders. But I think those were, I was trying to think if there are any other
questions she has. Do we have a rebounder? We do downstairs.
Oh my god, yes, we do have a trampoline.
Yes, I haven't used it enough in a while. We got to bring that baby back out.
I know.
What else did she ask? I can't. I was trying to address all of her questions.
Yeah, I think that was mostly it. But if you guys have any other questions, let us know. It was definitely beneficial. I would, I'd definitely recommend it if, especially if they're online. I'm sure it's way cheaper to do it online. I mean, I guess it's not going to be as,
No,
I don't know.
I don't think it can be as, but I would still highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's just good exercises.
And people can say whatever they want. He's a super wealthy guy. He's really good at business. But I can tell you this, that I think about him. You can hear all the old things. There might be scandals of him cheating and all these other stuff, whatever. Look, he's really good at what he does. And I still believe he genuinely loves to help people. Yeah. So he's a guy that I will always trust, where if you want to be in his space and learn stuff that's actually going to work and not have somebody who's not as well practiced at it. And here's the thing, when you hear,
he knows his shit.
When you hear Tony's stuff, and I do not take away from anyone out there doing things similar to him now, a lot of the people that are out there doing stuff, they're products of him. He's kind of a guy that I'll hear things all the time. Like, even I have some friends that put on conferences around here and stuff like that. And I love going and supporting, but I hear so much of Tony's stuff regurgitated from other people that it's like, sometimes you got to make sure to reference that.
Like I know Jay Shetty does a lot of same stuff.
But he says it. Yeah,
he
like
does.
they'll
say now he's better at, but he was like the first to really.
All these guys came from some backing of what a lot of Tony and Tony takes from a lot of other people. Tony even says, "Look, I learned from the best," and then he breaks it down and synthesizes it for you. And there's
it's good. And I honestly, to be honest, I haven't even followed him recently. Like, I don't even know what he's doing now. So this was 10 years ago, but if it's the same as it was 10 years ago, I think it's
He's doing
yeah.
a lot
I
more
just
business stuff, and
well, yeah.
he does his big events still, like business mastery.
Money mastery or
Business
whatever.
mastery is a big one.
Yeah. Anyways, let us know if you have any other questions about. And I love, like, if you have like certain questions like that we've never answered, feel free to leave a voicemail. Oh, which I never even said where you can leave a voicemail.
I know. I was wondering when you were going to do that.
Oh, I forgot. If you want to leave us a weird voicemail question, weird question, whatever, you can call us into SpeakPipe, SpeakPipe.com/weird and proud pod. All right, James, are you ready for the next one?
More secrets.
More secrets.
Give me some weird ones.
This one's weird.
Okay. Hi, Salmon. James. I don't really know why I'm doing this, but hopefully someone doesn't recognize my voice. But whenever whenever I want to watch some corn, what I mostly look up is old man and young woman.
Yeah. That was it.
Is that
That
it?
was all she had to say. But
Here's one thing I'm going to say about this.
yeah.
I loved how genuine she was in giving
Like,
that. Like, you could tell that was the truth.
Yeah, and by
We
the
didn't
way,
have someone just to want to hear their voice.
yeah,
Or,
no,
that was great.
No. She came in to do
Applause
one
to
thing.
you.
Yeah, and it was to tell us that she likes zaddy porn. Zaddies. She likes the zaddies.
What's a zaddy again?
Like hot dad.
Hot dads.
Yeah.
The Z throws me off. I always think the Z
Well,
means
that's like
something.
the hip way to say it.
Got it.
You
I thought
know,
it would
some
be
people
Hattie. Hot daddy.
Hattie. Yeah, I don't know.
Zaddy sounds better.
Zaddy. Zaddy. But that's interesting. I always wonder too with people like in their specific fetishes, like, would you say that you like older men then?
Great question. I was going to ask how she stumbled on that she liked this.
Right.
I'd like to find out how they found out.
Was there like an old
this
man
is the thing.
in the park and she was like, oh, shit,
I need to
he's
get
looking
me
good.
some of that.
Yeah. Some of them grand cakes. I'm wondering how this
Like,
one
how
was
did
found
you
out.
discover that? Your
How
question.
did you discover out? Did you like, you watched Something's Gotta Give and you were like, damn, that's hot. Remember that movie? With Diane Keaton and
That's right. Okay.
so
It took
good.
me a second.
But maybe, you saw some
I was thinking more the Jack Nicholas Helen Hunt one, I believe it was.
What's that one called?
No, that's why I couldn't think of it right away.
Yeah. I can't, but maybe you saw something that you're like, wow, am I going to slide off my chair right now? So I would love to hear back. And trust me when I say no one's going to recognize your voice. I know so many people call in and are like, I'm so scared someone's going to recognize me. I promise no one is. And plus you can always be like, no, what? Who? I've never seen that big mouth girl in my life. So just, we need to know, we need to follow up. How did this happen? And do you like prefer older men? Is that like a thing that you're into in the real world? And any other fetishes anyone else has, let us know. If you have like a weird fetish, I always am like really interested at that. That's why I did ask too on my Instagram about the whole feet thing. I can't remember if we had talked about this, but I know that it's such a big thing right now. I feel like everyone who's always like, don't show a picture of your feet and no free feet pics here. Apparently, someone was saying that like where you see feet like in your brain is really close to like where you're turned on for men.
Oh my God. That is one neurology thing I had not heard before.
Yeah. Like it's something about like it's close, really close in the brain to where.
So more men have foot fetishes.
Yeah. I mean,
I would assume.
I don't ever look at anyone's feet.
You're not like.
And like, yeah, like
especially
your nasty ass feet.
They're seasoned.
They're
well seasoned.
Yeah, something about that. And like other people, of course, were like weird. Like, it's an intimate part. Like you don't really see someone's bare feet all the time.
So scandalous.
right? Like it is like kind of like an entryway to scandal. Like, well, these days you see everyone's asshole and their tits and
I was
their
just gonna say, I'm like,
badges. Like
yep,
the one thing everyone's keeping secret are their feet.
feet. So that's why there's money in feet, supply and demand.
Yeah, supply and demand.
You can go see titties anywhere, but you can't see
You
feet
can
everywhere.
see titties anywhere. You can see butt cheeks anywhere. But you know you can't see
Feet.
feet. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in. That was a great voicemail, and we appreciate you being vulnerable.
I would say I thought of the movie, but I didn't think of it, but I had to look it up.
What?
As Good as It Gets.
Oh, yes. Yes, with Mandy Moore. Is that the one with Mandy Moore?
No, that's Helen Hunt and Jack Nicholson.
Oh, no, but was Mandy Moore in that one? I can't remember. Never mind.
I don't believe so.
I don't know. Sorry, I have something in my eyes driving me friggin' nuts. All right. So this last one is funny. This one's kind of a silly one that I think I wanted to give this one credit to this girl because she's been really helping us out. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
Hey Sam, hey James. I am following up for a little secret song. Last week I had said that you should sing the song Go Sam and James. So I'm back with the secret song. Again, just suggestions, I saw you guys kind of liked it. So what if we did like peaches, like Jack Black's peaches, but instead of peaches, peaches, you say secret, 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 secrets. You get me, you get me. Also one I was thinking maybe like a Game of Thrones style, like secrets, secret, secrets, secret, secrets, secret, secrets, secret, secrets. I don't know about copyright, but who knows. And then I was gonna toss it back to like the 90s, like maybe we could do something with like I'm thinking maybe secrets, secrets, make me giggle, laugh and smile. Secrets, secrets, secrets. Like the guy who's like goodbye for now until we, secrets. I don't know. Just a suggestion, guys. Let me know what you think. Love the pod. Mwah, mwah.
I was dying over this, and I had to give her credit because she did call in about our little intro change, which I think has really been slaying. People have been liking it. And
I can't wait to hear it every week.
Yeah, right. And I had to give her credit because she gave some great secrets. Which ones do you like?
She has a lovely voice.
You have a lovely voice. Gorgeous.
Very impressed.
Gorgeous.
You know what's funny, and I might have said this to you right when we talked about a Secrets theme song.
Yeah.
I don't know why, and I am not a musical guy. We both know this.
Yeah.
Except Neil Diamond. And I just pictured the word secrets being repeated over and over again.
Yeah.
I had no musical base for it.
Yep.
But when hearing her go through it's not called a montage. It's more of a, what's a series of songs in a row? I don't know. I should know this. But I thought of the way that people do sing to their animals. There's always a bit, like the song that you're singing to your animal is something you probably heard in your childhood.
Right.
So you should just test out a different secrets on the background of something else every week.
True.
Her Game of Thrones one's beautiful. I love the Games of Thrones.
I was gonna say I like the secrets, secret secrets, secret secrets.
That's
pretty good.
I could sing secrets to Neil Diamond songs.
No, that's okay. I think we're all set.
I think
Neil Diamond.
You know what? If somebody out there wants to hear me sing secrets to Neil Diamond songs, call it and ask. That might turn Sam on this one.
Yeah. James loves Neil Diamond, and he does not. Yeah. Ooh, that'll get the views up.
It's not a secret.
That'll get the YouTube views up. No one wants to see that.
There's someone out there for these feet.
Yeah.
Every feet has someone that would love them.
Whatever you say.
These feet are lovable.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, I need you guys to let us know in the comments if you like secrets, secret secrets, secret secrets. If you like it. If you like it low, or do you like secrets, secret secrets, secret secrets? Which one do you like?
I like the lower. I don't know why. Usually I like it when you're, but I like, yeah.
It's kind of spooky, right? Are you scared? Like you're like, ooh, what's gonna happen? I think I like it. I think I like the lower octave. Let us know what you guys think. Okay. And thank you to whoever this was who calls in. Great suggestions. And if you have any suggestions for us, or if you have a weird fetish, or if you have a double life, or if you just have something weird, or if you shit yourself, or if you peed yourself, or if you peed at Elon Musk's operation place. Call us in. Remember
Tesla?
from last
yeah,
week?
I remember Tesla.
Yeah, operation place. I was gonna not say the name of it because she was like Schmesla, but now that we just said
shit,
it,
cut that part.
we're gonna get sued by Elon. I think he has bigger problems. But you can call us in at SpeakPipe. That's speakpipe.com/weird and proud pod. Again, SPEAKPIPE.com/weird and proud pod. I'll also put it in the description of this so you can easily click on it. Takes 2 seconds to click the link, and then you press a button, hold it down. Always anonymous. And we love hearing from you guys, and we love your suggestions, we love your stories, we love your questions.
And
what?
Don't forget about your Netflix add to watch list button.
Don't forget about the life-changing feature of a favorites list.
Download
on
the
Netflix
newest
that's been
Netflix,
there for 10 years.
Download the newest Netflix
there's
app.
not. Just
Make
to
sure
not
you
confuse
download
you guys,
it. If you haven't,
not a thing.
don't listen to her. It is.
Just
download
to not confuse you guys, it's not a thing. Okay? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about him. He's just 95. Whenever he finds something new, I still have to show him how to put do not disturb on his phone. He's like, how do you do it again? How do you do it?
Blows my mind.
Yeah, every time he's like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. So basically, the girl who called in would love to see our porn because the old young woman.
We see. We have
got
an audience
the
already.
Covered. We got feet. We got old men.
Don't
what else
show
did you
your
want?
feet. Keep it a secret. Speaking of secrets,
no, we need to get the views up.
No feet for free.
No, get the views up. Look at them. Take it in. Take it in. Take it in. All right. We love you guys so much. Hopefully see some of you guys in San Antonio and Toronto soon. Also, if you are on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. If you're on podcasts, make sure you're also following along. Give the 5 stars. It would just really mean the world. And we love you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Have a great week.
Love you, weirdos.
Bye, weirdos.